Have you ever wondered what would happen if God gave a TED Talk? I mean, really, what would the message be for us, right here, right now? Well, that's the incredible thought experiment we're diving into today, exploring an imagined speech from the divine.
So, picture this. The stage lights dim, you see that familiar red circle on the floor, and then this voice. It's not some booming, commanding voice from the heavens. It's calm, it's steady, it's almost fatherly. It's this incredibly personal opening that pulls you right in, not as a subject, but as part of a family.
And right off the bat, the central theme is set. See, this isn't a speech from some distant, judging king. No, this is framed as a parent stepping forward. A parent who's been watching humanity's amazing progress, but who also sees the deep spiritual price we've paid for it all.
And this slide just perfectly highlights the core misunderstanding. In this talk, humanity basically built this idea of a distant king on a throne, someone to be feared and obeyed. But the original idea supposedly was something way more intimate, a father in the living room, family.
This just deepens that idea so beautifully. You know that famous line, "Let us make man in our image"? Well, this suggests it wasn't a blueprint for power or for ruling over things. It was a blueprint for love. So that divine reflection isn't in our power structures, it's in those moments of kindness, compassion, and forgiveness.
So after setting up this foundation of family, the talk takes a turn. It gets really heartbreaking. It's about that same parent now watching their family completely forget their connection to each other and just tear itself apart.
Wow. I mean, what a powerful, arresting question. It completely reframes religious wars, doesn't it? It takes it out of the world of politics and theology and puts it right into the gut-wrenching context of a parent watching their kids fight.
And the answer to that question, it's just devastating. It takes this one single historical event and transforms it into a constant daily agony, a suffering that happens over and over every single time a person commits violence in God's name.
And here's such a key insight. By claiming God for one side or one tribe, you actually make the whole idea smaller. In this view, God isn't found in this camp or that camp. God is found in that quiet, sacred space between us, the space where we come back together.
Okay, so we've heard the problem. Now, the talk starts shifting toward the solution. It's this call for all of us to evolve, to mature spiritually, and to move past a simple, fear-based way of thinking about the divine. And this just lays out that evolution so clearly. Spiritual maturity isn't about asking, how do I avoid getting punished? It's about asking, what effect are my actions having on other people? The whole focus shifts from fear of a higher power to a deep sense of responsibility for each other.
This really just nails the central paradox of our time, doesn't it? We've achieved these incredible technological wonders. I mean, things that would seem like pure magic to our ancestors. But our inner growth, our ability to trust, to connect, to be kind, it just hasn't kept up.
And then we get a little bit of what the source actually calls heavenly humor. But it's humor with a really sharp edge, right? It points directly at our modern priorities, especially this mad dash into artificial intelligence.
And there it is, the punchline. It's such a witty and memorable way to put it, but it's also kind of chilling. It just underscores the incredible danger of creating these insanely powerful tools without first growing the wisdom and empathy to handle them safely.
All right, now we get to what is, for me, the most profound and personal part of this whole talk. It's where the idea of an external, personified God gets dismantled, and we're invited to look inward instead. So instead of A being out there, the divine gets reframed as an experience in here. It's that inner voice, that gut feeling, that little pulse inside you that keeps whispering, there's more to life than this. It's not a person, it's a presence. And this is where that presence actually shows up in the world. It's not about grand, flashy miracles. It's in our own capacity for compassion. The idea here is that our acts of love are literally the divine becoming aware of itself through our human experience. I mean, that's a seriously profound thought.
And get this, it completely reframes one of the biggest ideas in many faiths. Salvation isn't about sitting around and waiting for some external rescue. It's an internal, collective shift. It's all of humanity finally awakening to our better nature and moving beyond fear.
And this brings us to the emotional peak of the whole talk. After laying out the problem and totally redefining the divine, what's left is this direct, heartfelt appeal for us to come back together, to come home.
The big takeaway here is a call to action. It's about moving faith from a passive state of just waiting and asking for things to an active state of creating and being. The responsibility is put right back on our shoulders for what we do right here, right now. And with this simple, incredibly powerful line, everything comes full circle. It all comes back to that core message of family. It's not a relationship between a ruler and a subject. It's one of deep, mutual belonging.
And that's the final challenge. The entire experience is reframed. It wasn't a lecture from on high, it was an internal awakening. The message wasn't from some external being, but from the love that's inside each and every one of us, reminding us of who we really are. What a powerful idea to end on.